start today with our community corner. We're actually diving into the exciting world of space exploration right here in Idaho. Spacepoint is a nonprofit dedicated to bringing the wonders of space exploration to the Gem State. Their next event actually features Dr. Ben Weiss. He's from MIT, and he's going to discuss the search for life on Mars with the Perseverance rover. It's happening at JUMPS. We're joined right now by founder Kyle Averill. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. Good. Just want to make sure I nailed that. All right. So, Kyle, you and I have already been geeking out behind the scenes.
Yes, we have.
Talking all about this. Super exciting. Okay, but first, though, tell us how, tell us about Spacepoint and its mission and what really inspired you to create this.
Well, Spacepoint, as you said, is a Idaho nonprofit, 501c3.
Yep.
Our focus is strictly on the space industry and doing whatever we can to raise awareness and, most importantly, participation in the industry itself. The industry has grown tremendously. At one point in time, everyone's familiar with NASA.
Yes.
Well, now there are 12,000 companies involved in the space industry.
12,000?
Yes,
No way.
12,000. 4 trillion combined market capitalization or value.
Wow.
And that is expected to grow to 10 trillion by the end of this decade.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's a lot of people don't, and so that's the purpose of our organization, is to raise that awareness. And so individuals, whether they're in high school, college, early career, late career, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But at least put it on the radar to see, is this an area I might be interested in participating? Your profession, for example, there's hundreds of people that are involved in helping pass that message as well. So we really appreciate you helping us today.
That is amazing, yeah, because growing up, all I ever really knew, if you wanted to know about, the universe and space travel, it was NASA.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It was NASA, that's all there really was.
Exactly.
But now you said 12,000.
12,000 and growing.
Goodness, and growing. Okay.
And growing.
So there's an opportunity, though, for people to learn more about this, in particular, the search for life on Mars. Let's
Yes.
talk about the visit of Dr. Ben Weiss from MIT. What can attendees expect when they come to JUMP to hear his talk?
So one of the key areas that we focus on are these events, and we like to think of it as connecting subject matter experts with the general public.
Okay.
So essentially, we provide the platform to help them tell their story. And so he's going to come and talk about his story, and one of the areas that he's particularly focused on is determining the potential life in history of life on Mars. Everyone's seen pictures of Mars before, giant canyons and what have you, that it's pretty obvious to the casual observer that there was water on that planet at some point. And of course, now with the focus of going back to Mars, it's really critical to understand that whole life cycle. So Ben's going to talk about the rover. So there's some engineering involved. He's going to talk about the science of life there. And so kind of both, we were talking earlier before we came on about how everyone's interested in something a little different.
Yeah.
So he's going to hit several different things. And so whatever your interest is, if it's astronomy, if it's planetary science, if it's engineering, there's going to be something for everyone. And that's really what we try to do, is make sure that we, deliver something for everyone who attends.
And you kind of already hinted to this, but help us understand a little more too. Why is it important that you're holding events like this for the general public to kind of participate in these conversations?
Well, over time, people have always said, well, why should we go to space? And I always remind them well, we're already in space, right? It's just a question of where.
Why should we leave Earth?
Right.
Yes.
It's really the more appropriate question, right?
Yeah.
But we will, because humans are just naturally curious and they love to explore. And I think the important thing, so in many ways, we're feeding that inherent desire of the individual human around curiosity, right?
Yeah.
And with, as I mentioned earlier, the numbers around the actual industry this is an industry that's growing tremendously. So you don't have to be a rocket scientist or an astronaut anymore to participate. As I mentioned earlier, someone in your profession, there are many, many people that all they cover is the space industry, and they have a brilliant career doing it. So,
wow, that's incredible.
There's a career aspect to it.
Yeah.
But hopefully what we'll do is we'll just plant some seeds, and then those seeds, will
Maybe
take
grow new
root.
life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Pun intended. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the new frontier, and there's
Absolutely.
opportunity in it, which is just a
Right.
part of human nature.
Right.
Okay. You're going to help our viewers today if they want to attend. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so for KTVB specifically, if folks want to attend, you can, as you order tickets online, you can apply the discount code KTVB for a 25% discount until next week,
Wonderful.
prior to the event. So
Yeah. And if people want to go, where do they go for more information?
Spacepoint.org, very simple.
.org.
And if they want to get involved, contact us. They can contact us there, and we have Caltech coming. As well, California Institute of Technology.
Super excited. So a lot of opportunity
Yes.
and a lot of great things for people to learn about. Maybe discover their next career.
Or their passion. Yeah,
their passion.
exactly.
Kyle, thank
that
you
they didn't even know.
That's right. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.